you son of a bitch. 'Cause Pawn's drunk loves you.
This is Pawn's Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Yeah, baby, you already know this is Pawn's. A.k.a. El Lobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Boxing, baby. Boxing is alive and well. Hold on, let me throw this gum away. Hold on. Boxing is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of fights, a lot of drama. July. We in July already. Damn. Man, it felt like I just had Meri Cream out the other day. And Thanksgiving the other day. Sheesh. We in July. Heat wave. The weather's giving us the heat wave, and boxing is giving us the heat wave. July, as we all know, is going to be an incredible month in the sport of boxing. 2025. Hopefully, it does what it did 2023 when we did have. Remember, 2023 was an epic year in the sport of boxing. Remember, we had the Bam Rodriguez fight, right? You know what I'm saying? I think that was the Sonny Edwards or the Juan Francisco Estrada. Was it 2023 or the Sonny Edwards? I think it was one of them, right? Well, Bam Rodriguez was making his mark. We had Teofimo Lopez beating Josh Taylor. We had Devin Haney beating Vasily Lomachenko. We had the undisputed bout, one of the most anticipating bouts of the year. What was it? It was Earl Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford. I think that we also had the Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis. It was an epic year. Epic year. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like, baby. Fight Fury Films in the building. What's good, Fight Fury Films? Low Nose Boxing. The members. Get green. Get busy in the building. What's good, man? He said Low Nose Boxing said Kid Austin, a.k.a. the 8th King, joins T.O., Tank, Shakur, Debo, Hitchens, Norman Jr., Keyshawn. Not yet, Low Nose Boxing. Not yet. Keyshawn, a kid still haven't won a world title yet. He hasn't won a world title yet, man. But Kid Austin, he's passing the eye test. Fight Fury Films, what's good? Nobody dropped Floyd. Y'all forget that. Well, he did have a drop with the hand hitting the canvas and stuff like that. You feel me? He did. Give me 1 second. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Kid Austin, is he the real deal or is hype? Y'all know I've been talking about Kid Austin for a long time. Shout out to Floyd Schofield, senior or junior, gonna be showing up in several minutes. Gonna chop it up with Schofield. But yeah, man, it was an incredible performance. First round knockout. Versus Tevin Farmer, a former champion. Got to give him a lot of credit. Golden Boy Promotions still got their star. Ryan Garcia now is going back and forth for Oscar the whole year, maybe because he was showing a lot of love to Kid Austin. I don't know what it is, but anyway. And it stopped the bleeding with Golden Boy Promotions because Golden Boy Promotions was having their fighters losing, right? Arnold Barbosa lost, Jose Ramirez lost, Ryan Garcia lost. Virgil Ortiz won. I mean, I think he's right now the spearhead of Golden Boy Promotions. But now we got Kid Austin doing this thing with Golden Boy Promotion, and hopefully he get a fight. He's the number one mandatory WBA mandatory position to fight the winner of Lamar Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis. Is he ready for those fights? We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be chopping it up about that in a minute. Also, we're going to be talking about other things that's going on in the sport of boxing. Other things that's going on in the sport of boxing. Other things going on in the sport of boxing. Let me take this thing out of the way for a minute. Bill Haney and Bob Arum stated, we look forward to working with our friend, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, as the best welterweight in the world. Brian Norman Jr. defends his WBO title this November in Riyadh against track star Devin Haney. Bill Haney replies to Bob Arum, LOL, Bob senile, running his mouth and forget he's no longer in charge. Devin Haney ran to give Brian Norman the biggest fight of his career, while ESPN ran away from doing business with Top Rank. Is ESPN the real track star running from Bob and his smoke and mirrors? Wow. Let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. I know for the past days and weeks, we've been talking about, for the past month, ever since May 2nd, people, we've been talking about Devin Haney running, Devin Haney running, Devin Haney, but Devin Haney runs to the smoke. As much as we want to say that Devin Haney be running, sprinting, marathon, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, hurdles, whatever you want to call it, plain hot piece of butter, whatever you want to call it, Devin Haney is running to the smoke. Yeah, he may have run for Jose Ramirez, but motherfuckers is running to the smoke. And nobody could deny that. Nobody can hate on that. If you're a comeback fan, you can't hate on it. We've been a constant criticism, and we can handle criticizing. We can handle we could also praise what he's doing in the sport of boxing. But talking about Devin Haney, I want to touch on this subject because I always say that boxing translates to life itself. Devin Haney, also boxing star Devin Haney, ex gets restraining order. He pushed me to the ground while I was pregnant. I don't believe that, bitch. I don't give a damn what anybody say. I don't believe her. We're going to be talking about this. Man, time to wake up, man. How many examples there are in athletic, with celebrities in your neighborhood? How many times, man? Too many examples, man. I told you to leave these scoochies alone. I told you to leave these skanking hoochies alone. Scoochies. Leave them alone. I don't believe nothing. I don't believe this shit. I don't believe her. I ain't gonna give her 1%. I'm sorry. I know there's gonna be I got female people that support the channel and stuff like that. Don't make it personal. Don't make it personal. I don't believe her. I don't believe her one bit. I don't believe that scoochie. You're going to be talking about how us, man, got to really, really talk about these things, man. What else? What else? What else we got in the menu? What else? We're going to be talking about this. You already know Gervonta Davis went on Twitter, and that's part of the live. He will get his little whooped. Have none of this twitchy shit Tevin has. I'll beat the dog-ish out of that. Dice Gervonta Davis. Oh my goodness. That's no good. That's no right. Y'all acting like Tank is Shakur Schofield. Who said that? Who said that? Damn. The first comment, and he said, y'all acting who? Who's y'all? Y'all acting like Tank shook. Schofield would get touched, and Shakur calculated style will miss the target, and Tank would designate on his chin. I mean, we haven't even broke the fight down. He said, man, y'all acting like Tank is shook. Oh, and I just got it live like 8 minutes ago. Who been acting like that? Who's acting like Tank got shook? What are you talking about, man? Damn. Right away with the negativity and stuff like that. Why you, yo, knocking on the door and stuff like Punch on Bucks. Why you acting like Tank is shook? Gervonta Davis ain't shook. I don't believe that none of these fighters are shook to fight with another. If these fighters don't fight with another, kind of got to be business, or they're business handlers. The powers that be probably is scared of them to risk it. But nah, man. Gervonta Davis ain't scared. Just like Lamar Roach ain't scared. Just like Kid Austin ain't scared. Just like Devin Haney ain't scared. Just like Tio ain't scared. Just like Ryan ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? Just like Shakur ain't scared. All these people know each other very, very well. Let's not forget that Gervonta Davis also had a training camp with the likes of Schofield. Tank will be both. Schofield will get touched, and Shakur calculated style will miss the target, and Tank will designate on his chin. Shakur beats both those guys. I believe the guy that's been shown to have the less weakness, the guy that have shown the less weakness in terms of holes in their games has been Shakur Stevenson. Let's be real, let's be honest. Out of all of them, that guy has shown he's shown the least holes in his game. Now, of course, people are going to be talking about the power. Is it legit or something like that? Well, not everybody going to be Mike Tyson. Everybody got a legitimate power. That doesn't mean that you can't outbox somebody. Shakur Stevens could do that. Shakur Stevens can handle those guys that got power. Shakur Stevens got a good resume. I know there's people that trying to nitpick his resume, nitpick his opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, Shakur Stevens got a good resume. The thing is that those fighters just didn't do very, very well after. So now you're trying to nitpick Shakur Stevenson like, oh, Shakur Stevenson resume, like, oh, he ain't beat nobody. Nah, he beat Oscar Valdez when Oscar Valdez beat Miguel Berchel and Consocial back to back. I don't want to hear it. And at the time that Shakur Stevenson beat Oscar Valdez was listed as pound for pound fighter in a lot of people's lists after he beat the question boogeyman in Miguel Berchel. And if we're gonna go back and be like, well, who did Oscar Valdez beat? But then who Miguel Berchel beat? But if you go who Miguel Berchel beat, then who the guy that Miguel Berchel beat? Who he beat? Come on, man, stop it. That's not the way we're gonna analyze stuff. We ain't gonna be downplaying everybody. Did I get the notifications, man? You know what I noticed? That people don't like the Gervonta Davis. How you say it? Let me see where we at. Oh, that's why. There's no notification that was sent. No wonder. Damn. I should have started the live later. Let me do something right quick. That's why nobody knows that I'm live right now. I went too early. YouTube algorithm has you shadow listed because you're not gringo. Nah. You gotta I went live too early. That's what happened. I scheduled the live too early, and I already had 3 videos within 24 hours. So if you have 4 videos within the 24 hours, you don't get the notification. So now I gotta let the people know. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Now I gotta let the people know. Give me a second. Because I got a guest coming. I want people to, show live. Hold on. Give me a second. Yes, sir. We live now. Oh, well, yeah, we need people to hear this. Yeah, man. Damn, man. I went too early, man. But keep on smashing the like. Keep on smashing the like. Because I got to guess. We got the Schofield coming, man. We can't have him with 30 people looking on. We can't have him with 30 people looking on. But anyway, so we got Gervonta Davis is going to be fighting Lamar Roach. The 135-pound division is looking competitive. The 140-pound division is looking competitive. Yesterday we were talking about what's going to happen in the 140-pound division. We got one of the most epic we got one of the best matchups of this year. People might not call it the best fighting the best, but I think that this is one of the best matchups. And it was Subrel Matias versus Puello. They're going to be performing July 12th. Queens, New York. You already know on that Ring Magazine card that's going to be featuring Edgar Balaga versus Hamza Shiraz and Shakur Stevenson, the 3-division world champion, on my pound-for-pound list, versus William Zepeda. Now, William Zepeda did struggle versus Tevin Farmer, to which Kid Austin knocked down Tevin Farmer. So hopefully that Shakur Stevenson does better than Tevin Farmer did with William Zepeda. And I think that's going to happen. I think that Shakur Stevenson has got a chip on his shoulder. He's one of the guys that's been heavily criticized just for one fight. To be honest, people still stuck on that Edo de los Santos fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, get over it, man. Shakur Stevenson has is a 3-division world champion. You know, he beat Herring. He implemented power versus Herring. He implemented power versus Oscar Valdez and Caso Xiao. He went to the 135-pound division and beat Yoshino. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people are so stuck with one performance. People got to let it go. We can't be a slave to a performance, even if it's great, and even if it's subpar. We can't be a slave to the moment. You know what I'm saying? We got to believe in the skills and talent of these fighters. And I'm gonna give Shakur Stevenson the benefit of the doubt. I believe in the skills and talent that he's gonna perform to the highest to the highest level versus anybody in the elite level. Tang, the greatest fighter to do nothing but cash grab. Dímelo, Randy in the building con la bandera de República Dominicana. ¿Dónde está la música de Randy? Vamos, smash the light button, motherfucker, everybody. Ya, dice que me lo hagas, págame la música. No hay mucha gente aquí, no hay mucha gente. Jackie Hernández, la reina de boxeo. What do we want? Jackie, what do we want? Jackie, what do we need? Jackie, the building. Dímelo, Mama Soda. Hey, yo, Jackie, you know what was funny? Because I was earlier I was editing the live, yes, what was it, yesterday's live? What did I say? What did I say about I said something about when I was doing the impression with Turkey Out Shake, and I said Gervonta, no, and I said, but Crawford, I heard that you lost I lost you cheated on that big women. I see Jackie. He said, be nice. She's a sweet woman. She is. Nah, it's for real. Terence Crawford's ex, she got a pretty face. She's pretty. You know what I'm saying? I like them all shapes and sizes. You know what I'm saying? All luscious. If it's well put together, it's good. You know, for example, right? Let's say for big women, there's big women that got more back than ass. See, that ain't no good, you know. You know what big women got? And then there's skinny women that got nothing. I mean, nothing. They got chicken legs and stuff like that. Because you don't want that. So you want everything, whatever shape, size, but you want it to be put well together. If it's petite, have a nice little round thing. You don't have to be big. A little round thing, a little nice bracitas. If it's a big bone, have a big bazookas, or even the little small titty, but have a little. You understand what I'm trying to say? Sorry, folks, man. I'm getting carried away. But you understand what I'm trying to say, man. It's just got to go with y'all. Got to go with the body, right? Whether you're petite, skinny, you know what I'm saying, big bony, thick, you know, right, Jackie? It gotta make sense, right? It gotta make sense. You see them the skinny chicks that got more love, that their love handles is bigger than their ass. But anyway. Damn, man. Damn, it didn't send a notification, man. We running low out here, but man, this is the boutique. Y si no sabe cocinar, que viva con su madre. Yo, to be honest, I don't think does men care about that? Does men nowadays care that their women cook? You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people be Uber eating and shit like that. You know, I think a lot of people go out now, you know, or order, you know, people, you know what it is that women work just as much as men now, that you don't have the traditional, you know, way to go, you know, you got microwave food. You know, it's a good thing with both, but you know, I was talking about this in the live with Rapstar, but I think it's a good thing where, yeah, the modern man, the modern woman, but it still could hold traditional stuff. Like a woman be like, she could work, but she still want to come home and cook for her man and cook for the family and stuff like that, right? And then the father could work his ass off, but still be be a part of the nurturing of the children. Give hugs and kisses. Back in the days, these fathers never used to give hugs and kisses. They used to be just, what I'm saying, like they mad. They mad that they're married. They mad they got a family. That's what I'm talking about. See, Jackie, that's what I'm talking about, man. And that's the kind of woman, y'all. That's the kind of woman that America needs. The forefront of women. Said, nah, we still have to make time to cook home cooked meals. That's what I'm talking about. No microwave, no Roman noodles. Huh? No Roman noodles, ramen noodles. No microwave food. She gonna cook you some pancakes. She ain't gonna get you waffles and put on the toast. She gonna peel the potato. She ain't gonna buy the bag of potato and stuff like that and mix it up with water and milk. She's gonna peel the potatoes, right? She's gonna marinate the rice, marinate the meat. Not just slice the meat up and stuff and start seasoning and then cook it without marinating for a day or two, like hours and shit. Like you remember when grandma used to marinate the food and put it in the refrigerator for the whole night, and then that's the dinner for tomorrow and cook it. They don't. When's the last time anybody marinate their put the ingredients and stuff like that, season the meat and season their food and put it in the refrigerator and they cook it tomorrow? How many people do that no more? People don't even got no time. They go to the supermarket, peel the damn plastic, dip it in vinegar, blah, 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 and then just cook it real quick. People don't even take the time. People don't even take the time to clean the rice, right? When's the last time people cleaned their rice? Be honest. When's the last time? Oh, they just put it rice, water. Everybody speed. Right, BLK? BK? I just had candy ham over the weekend. Best shit ever. I told her we can stop buying bacon. I haven't had bacon in a long time. But anyway, back to the sport of boxing, ladies and gentlemen. Back to boxing. Let's talk about this real quick. And we got a female. We got one of the La Reina de Boxeo. I want to touch on this subject right quick. Now that we got Jackie, and I know some of the girls be coming through the channel, and Shy, and you know what I'm saying, and Lisa. Let's talk about this real quick. Hold on. Where the picture at? Let's talk about this real quick, y'all. All right. Let's talk about this real quick. Jackie said they should bring back home economics, right? And mechanic, right? In schools, right? Because there are a lot of people who aren't taught to cook by their parents. Facts. Let's talk about this, folks, in the chat, right quick. You know that I always say boxing translates to life itself. There's a story right here, and it happens to a lot of fighters. And a lot of these fighters keep on slipping the banana peel when they see the banana peel, and they keep on slipping. They keep on stepping on it. They keep on slipping. There's a lot of fighters like that just doesn't want to learn about. They just don't want to learn from the other examples. We knew that Devin Haney's baby mama was going to do this. We knew this. Right, Jackie? We knew this. Right, the boxing outcome, BK, DSTO. We knew this. We was making videos about it. We said, what the hell is Devin Haney doing with this Scoochie? We said it. And I know probably Devin Haney and the team felt like, you know what? People are just hating. People just hating on Devin Haney. They in their personal life. But in all honesty, I was looking out for Devin Haney doing these videos. Why are you doing, what the hell are you doing with the Scoochie? Everybody know her past. Everybody know her game. Everybody knew what she was about to do. And ladies and gentlemen, she now has TMZ reported the boxing star Devin Haney ex gets a restraining order. He pushed me on the ground when I was pregnant. And God forgive me, anybody forgive me, but I don't believe this woman at all. I don't believe in her. I don't believe in her one set. I know the game. I don't give a damn what anybody say. I know the game. I've seen this before so many times. I knew it. I could have told Devin Haney this was going to happen to you. I know the game. She get an attorney. The attorney tells us, get a restraining order, file for child support, and file for sole physical custody. I knew it before I even read the article because I've studied this. I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? I've studied it, been through it. I've worked with fatherhood organizations and stuff like that. I was one of the ones in Manhattan, in front of the family court in Manhattan. I filed the petition for us to protest the family court system. And you know what got me mad though? Let me put my face on it. Probably any father that remember this. I think it was 2000. What was it? 2010, 2011, 2012. I did a petition because I was going through this shit. Right? I spoke to attorneys. I did my studies. I was talking about this in my website, thetruthhurtsouch.com. It was actually predicated to child support, family court system, the jail system, politics and stuff like that. But this is something that I feel like we do not fight. Men do not fight. Men do not come together. Let me tell you like this. Women will back the Rainbow Army. Women will protest against the rights of the Rainbow Army and the Skittles Starburst Taste the Rainbow, then fight for men and fathers. And I remember I said over 200 men signed, bro. And it was when it was time to protest, you know how many quote unquote fathers showed up? Men? 5. I was like, this is the reason. This is the reason why we can't even change laws. Men are too lazy to really fight for it. I don't understand. But I knew it. This is what they do. An attorney will tell the woman, get a restraining order. File all together. Get a restraining order, file for child support, and file for sole physical custody. By the time you get the hearing, and then look, when I read this, it said, Devin has hurt me in the past by pushing me while I was pregnant. I don't believe this bitch. I'm sorry. I don't believe her. I know there's going to be people out here that are going to be like, yo, Punch, but you got to give her the benefit of the doubt. No. I don't believe nothing. I'm sorry. I don't believe not one word. But let's keep on reading. Devin Haney has hurt me in the past by pushing me while I'm pregnant, threatening me, and arguing with me in the presence of our daughter, said, I am concerned about his behavior and worry that he will act upon his threats to me, stating, you will see. For the foregoing reasons, I am requesting a DVRO, protecting myself and my daughter, seeking sole legal and physical custody. My goodness, I've seen and heard this so many times. It's taking your baby daddy to court 101. Most of them do it. The vindictive ones, though. He likes court. No. Let's be real, Jesus Cruz. No. Let's be real, Jesus Cruz. No. I don't even. This ain't about going at Devin Haney. This is about going at these bitches. Now let's troll. We troll Devin Haney enough. Troll these girls, bro. These vindictive women. You know. Man, I don't believe nothing what this woman said. Now, am I saying that a man ain't capable of doing this harm and stuff like that? Whatever. I don't believe it. I don't believe this. I don't believe it. We knew we knew what was going to happen. You know? I think women like this should be put in jail. 15 years. I think women like this should be put in jail. Devin Haney's baby mama, women like that should be put in jail for 15 years minimum, no food and water at the same time. I don't believe nothing. I don't believe nothing with that. I don't believe it. She is a money grab. Everything she has done in her life has been to malicia and get money. Sell her body, sell her soul. Es una mujer de una porquería. Es una mujer del diablo. I feel sorry that people that Devin Haney got to do this. As a matter of fact, I feel sorry that the kids have to go through this, using the kid as a pawn. Now, are there deadbeat dads? Of course. But you know what? I this woman right here, for me, in my opinion, is the definition of deadbeat moms, right? See, people think that being a deadbeat is somebody that's not around. For me, she's a deadbeat mom, a woman that doesn't care about her daughter's feelings. stripping her from her own father. A lot of women like this don't give a damn about the relationship between their sons and or their daughter with their father. You don't got the love that child has for the other side, and vice versa. I don't feel bad for him. He know what he signed up for. What about the child? What about the child, BK? I understand this community is always on Devin Haney. I don't feel sorry. It's not about feeling sorry for him, but what about the child? Devin needs a girl like Jackie. Like, that's what Bella Savage. Así mimito. Devin Haney needs a woman like Jackie Hernandez, la reina de boxeo, but she's off limits. Right? I feel like this is dirty. This is them dirty shit, man. This ain't good. This ain't good. This ain't good. But it is what it is. But man, look out, man. You got to be first, man. You remember I did that? I did a YouTube account, VOVBM, victims of vindictive baby mamas. Dev might be a bit awkward, but I can't believe he beats up a pregnant woman in front of his own daughter. I don't believe so. I don't believe so either. I'm with you on that, Victor. Savage in the building. I'm with you on that, Victor. I don't believe that Haney did that at all. I don't believe one word, not one cell, not 1%, not even 1%, not 1%. I don't believe in that. We know what we know what she was about. Everybody. Yo, if everybody would have bet on it, everybody would have bet that this was gonna happen. Some men, they just doesn't see other people's examples and stuff like that, and they just fall through. They fall for it, man. These women are this. As soon as she saw Devin was in for a big fight later this year, she then tried to sabotage Devin's image and reputation. She's a punk ass. I don't know. I mean, look. You discuss it with people, and there's men that don't want to speak. Men, let's speak the truth. Put the truth in the chat as well, man. Put the truth, man. I bet Diddy hooked them up. I think Diddy. I say free Diddy. Free Diddy. I don't think Diddy did all that shit that they saying either. Free R. Kelly too. No. It's getting to the point where I'm sorry. I'm not giving the benefit of the doubt. I'm not. It's not about that me believing or anything like that. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. Don't tell me all these years, all these women come around the same time. All these years, and now everybody want to come and testify on Diddy. And no. Stop. No. Stop. I don't believe it. I don't believe none of this stuff. When I look at Diddy's case, I look at it like that's like an upscale spin the bottle playing hooky spin the bottle in his house. Everybody plays spin the bottle. Is that a freak off? I think we all been in a freak off, right? If we all played hooky and play spin the bottle, truth or dare, you know what I'm saying? And I think that isn't that a freak off in itself? Remember 7 minutes of heaven? Lock yourself in the room for 7 minutes or on the cloud for 7 minutes. Y'all got 7 minutes to do whatever. Come on, man. We all had. Hey, yo, we was raised on freak offs. Play spin the bottle, truth or dare, 7 minutes of heaven. You remember that? Man, we've been playing spin the bottle since 7th grade, bro. Come on, man. I don't believe this chick, man. And hopefully, man, Devin Haney get a good lawyer. I hope Devin Haney get a good lawyer. I hope Devin Haney, because man, this what it is, man. Man, this is what it is. So, they get you for restraining order. Again, file for joint physical custody and child support, right? So the hearing is gonna take like a month, 3 weeks to a month and a half. So in that month that you're waiting for the hearing, in that month, you see, Devin Haney is going to have court July 22nd. In that period of time, for the next 3 weeks, they're anticipating, they want Devin Haney to slip up, show his emotions, He's missing his child. Call his child. Boom. That's a violation of a restraining order. Show up in the crib. Violation of the restraining order. Then when he go to court, even without violating the restraining order, if he goes to court, right away, the judge is looking at him like a piece of shit. You know why? Because they got a restraining order. He's a fighter for a living. So they look at him that he's a violent person. That's his occupation, being violent, beating people up for a living. Of course, they're not going to say, the judge ain't going to say, I saw you running in the last Jose Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? What's his occupation? For how long you been fighting? You's a fighter. So think about a restraining order. She's saying that he hit me and he's a fighter for a living. So right away, and then it's her against him on the paperwork. Is going to be her against him. If you ever been in a child support or custody battle, whoever goes first is her against him. That's why I tell men, always go first. If you break up with your girl and you know in your heart that you're not gonna get back together and stuff like that, right? The next morning, you break up tonight. Oh, get out the house. That's it. I'm leaving. Whatever it is. That next morning, you go to the court and you petition for joint physical custody, right? And then when you go, you have your hearing. Is you against her? Now the judge is really paying attention to you because you're the one that presenting this case to them. It's like you're the one that's seeking help against them. You understand what I'm saying? That's why women usually get the benefit of the doubt, because they usually were the ones that go first. Tio met his wife attending a plane nearby. Haney wife was escort, not the same food. That girl took a playbook from Tio female. Nah, man, that woman was molded to do what she is doing now. This was all planned. This was not, she looked at them. I'm gonna have a baby and I'm gonna wait until she gets to this age, so it won't look like right away she's doing. Man, she planned all of this. And then you know what catch you off guard is, okay, you cool with a breakup, but then when she said that this guy was hitting her while she was pregnant, come on now, come on. Devin Haney was raised better than that. He got a father that's been there since day one. Bill Haney is one of the most transparent and responsible fathers that we've seen in the sport of boxing. Does everything for Devin, does everything with Sean, Bill Haney Jr., his princess and stuff like that. And then he's gonna come out as an animal? No, ladies, no. That one was a flat out liar. And you know what I like? That nobody even believes her. Most of the people, that's why, to be honest, that's why it's not a major story, because when people actually read this, they're like, you're right. It's not a real big story. Now, if you want to troll Devin Haney and stuff like that, but this thing, I don't think that nobody should be even trolling Devin Haney. Should troll women like this. But anyway, Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin. I don't know if I want to do the interview. Let me see. I don't want to do it. There's not a lot of people looking on. I don't think that is appropriate right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, maybe I just do the interview and then we play, and then we just chop it up and play the and matter of fact, let's just record the interview, man. We could just record the interview. Let's see. Oops. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, wait until there's more. Yeah. Let me hit it. I'm gonna be like, wait. Also, I'm like, now nobody the notification wasn't sent. So hold on. Are you going to Berlanga's event? Yes. What's up to you? What's the latest with Ryan? Why he mad? To be honest, I don't even know why Ryan is mad. I don't know because when I did the live show and I was looking at the event, I know there was several interviews with Oscar De La Hoya, so I don't know what he said. Maybe that Ryan Garcia did not like the praise of Kid Austin, but I'm gonna tell you like this generation. One thing about this generation, I always like to back up this generation when people like to shit when people want to shit on this generation. All right, he's still wanting to do it, man. He'll be here in 10 minutes. Smash that like button. Let's set this thing up. All right. Schofield's here to chop it up with us. Hold on, give me a second. All right. They said he'd be here in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes. Why are there so many Belonga haters? I don't even know why, man. I don't know why there's so many Belonga haters. Why? Because he's confident. Like, I never seen an era where, because, I always felt that the knockout artists, people always love knockouts. But when it came to Deontay Wilder, people hate him. When it comes to Edgar Berlanga, the people hate him. Like, why they hate Edgar Berlanga? Because he won the whole 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, and he's confident that he's not down. He didn't get beat up. He didn't get demoralized by Canelo Alvarez. Everybody thought that he wasn't even going to reach the 5th round. I think that people, you know what it is in this world? People just don't like confident people. People just don't. People see other people with confidence and they see it as disrespect. That's the problem with society today. That's a matter of fact, it's not even society, it's our culture. The inner city, the hip-hop culture, the Black and Latino culture. You know what I'm saying? Americanized Latino, because Latinos from the Caribbean, they're not like that. The Americanized Latino Black culture is like, if I show too much confidence, I'm cocky. If I show too much confidence, I think I'm the shit. What the fuck you think I should think? That I'm shitty or I'm the shit? It's like I don't understand. I don't understand. Like I chill with a bunch of different type of cultures, and that's why at a young age, like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't like to infiltrate too much on my culture. Like when I go out, I go to like downtown. I go with the I chill with the hippies, the punkish crowd. I be in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, downtown LES and stuff like that. But to be in the hood now, especially now, grown men to be in the hood and just sit, man, I'll be there for like 45 minutes. And I gotta leave. I check y'all, man. I just come through to show y'all love. I'm out of here. Everybody looking at each other. You can't even go to a club. A club ain't even a club no more. Everybody on their phone. Everybody looking at each other. Downtown, everybody's mingling. Everybody having a good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the local spot, not the tourist spot. I'm talking about the local bars downtown and Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and Greenpoint. You know what I'm saying? But the hood it's like everybody think they in a music video. Yeah, exactly, Jackie. They don't like when you outgrow them. I've been outgrow them for years. Yo, why you don't come through? Why you don't come through? ¿Pa qué? What you want me to do? Just sit on the stool and y'all smoking and drinking? ¿Pa qué? Que me voy a sentar aquí? Yo, what you did? What you did today? Nah, man, I was chilling in the block. What was in the block? Just chilling in the block. It's sad. It's sad that I got homies that come out of jail, that is in jail. I'll be like, yo, ain't nothing over there. You're gonna come out, and then they come out and they see the same people. I know friends that done 10 years, 9 years, 12 years, and come back and the same people's on the same spot. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Yo me muevo de ahí, yeah, go to another block or something like that, go to another part of the city. The city is so big, especially New York City. to stay on one spot. I don't know, man. Everybody dating the same girl. Everybody just passing it around, having babies with the same chick. She got 3 baby daddies and the same dudes, and the dudes are friends. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let me see. So what other fights we got? So of course, I like the Edgar Berlanga face off with Shiraz. I like that face off. I like Edgar Berlanga's energy, man. You know what it is I like about Edgar Berlanga's energy? He's bringing that straight up New York energy. Like mad people can relate to that New York energy that Edgar Berlanga is bringing. You know what I'm saying? He's highly confident. That's what you want. You want a fighter that's confident. You want a fighter that can sell. You want a knockout artist, right? Not everybody could be Dan Floyd Mayweather, bro. Not everybody could be Floyd. Not everybody could be Andre Ward. Not everybody could be Joe Galsaki. Not everybody gonna be undefeated. Can you imagine if everybody the same? Like I don't understand. The boxing fans are bipolar. If Edgar Berlanga don't got all that skills. So what? You want me to, what you trying to build? The perfect fighter? You ain't never gonna see that. The perfect fighter, power, speed. You got to have the power of Mike Tyson, the footwork, the greediness of Tyson, the defense of Floyd. Come on, man. If every fighter was looking the same, if every fighter was like Floyd, or every fighter was Mike Tyson, will Mike Tyson be special? If every fighter was Mike Tyson, you got Mike Tyson versus Mike Tyson, nobody would be special. There's some fighters that is great, and there's some fighters that have special attributes. What's good, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge from UK, London? There's some fighters that they wasn't born with the speed and power, but they do everything right. Danny Garcia does everything right. You know what I'm saying? That's a fighter that wasn't born with the speed and the power and everything and stuff like that, but he does everything right and has a good career. Made a good living, had a good career. There's certain fighters that had a good career. They don't have to be Floyd. They had a good career. Derek Chisora has a good career, believe it or not. Kell Brook had a good career, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Edgar Berlanga, I'm rooting for Edgar Berlanga versus Shiraz. I wish he does his thing. And I think if he does beat Shiraz, then we're looking at probably the second best in the super middleweight division. Then we could talk about Edgar Berlanga versus Jamar Charlo next. I'm happy that Jamar Charlo was back. Still want to see Demise Andre could come back in the ring and show. And, you know, if he gets a victory, then the only loss that he got on his resume is David Benavidez. And then we could talk about Demise Andre versus Charlo. Jaime Munguia, I think he scratched out. I never thought that Jaime Munguia was going to be anything special, put it that way. I think that he was good for the Mexican fan base. I think that's what it was. You know, I think that you know, the Mexican will support their fighters and stuff like that. I just never thought that Jaime Munguia had anything great and didn't have no special attributes. That's how I always felt about Jaime Munguia. And now with the him popping dirty and stuff like that, I don't think a lot of people was giving him the benefit of the doubt because people didn't care about him. See, with Ryan Garcia, people gave the benefit of the doubt because people was intrigued with Ryan Garcia and they liked the victory of Ryan Garcia and they want to see what's next for Ryan Garcia of this era. So they was giving the benefit of the doubt. Nobody wanted to believe that he popped for Osterman. But Jaime Munguia is like, all right, man, you got knocked out by the Frenchie. I mean, like, what are you going to do next? We don't believe that you're going to beat David Benavidez. We don't think that you better than Jamar Charlo. We don't even think that you better than Caleb Plant. So there's no expectations anymore for Jaime Munguia. So you pop dirty, yeah, you pop dirty anyway. We don't care about that. We don't care about you. I like when boxers and promoters talk ish to each other. I leave there, enjoy the sport. Yeah, man, I like that Eddie Hearn and Chris Eubank Jr. going back and forth about that fight. I don't know, man. I got mixed emotions with that fight. You know, I don't know if I want to see Chris. I got mixed emotions with that fight. I think it's too soon. I think that he should, you know, wait on this Buck Crawford and Canelo. I think he should wait on it. Excuse me. I think he should wait on it. You know, Rehan season February 2026. Man, just write a book, do a documentary, man. Like if Chris Eubank Jr. he fights and then loses, he loses that over like that in 1 year. Like, I feel like he should take full advantage of this. I mean, at the end of the day, that fight is not going anywhere. That fight is not going anywhere. I don't think he needs to rush for that fight. I think he should keep on building his profile, do businesses outside of it. Like, if it was me, and knowing that this is my legacy, I'm gonna be 36 years old. What more can I do? I like the fight with Chris Eubank Jr. and Canelo because I think it will be epic. It will be good, and I think it can sell out a stadium because where Chris Eubank Jr. is at right now and how people believe in him, how people look at him like a hometown hero. He got the Rocky Balboa story and stuff like that right now. I think that will sell out. That will do 100K out there in the UK. But then if he loses, I just think it's too soon. I think if I was him, I listen to my dad on this one. You know, even though that if he would have listened to his dad, he never would have had that epic moment. So I think now his dad got to be humble. Like, I don't want you to fight, but yeah, man, look at the epic. Look, you didn't want me to fight. You didn't want me to go through with this, but look what happened. So I think that his father got to be humbled and make his son and support his son's decisions. Punch only promotes certain fighters. Yeah, because y'all only want to hear about certain fighters. So what the fuck I gotta promote a bunch of fighters? Y'all not here if I want to talk about Eudacilio Martinez. You're not here when I talk about that. You don't want to. You if I have a show about Chantel Cameron versus Jessica Camara, you're not gonna support me. Well, get the fuck out of here. Yep, we promote the same people every day. Yep, you got it right, Joker. You got it right. We're going to do it until the day. Yeah, we're not gonna promote a bunch of Japanese fighters that nobody knows. We're not gonna promote the 15 ranked fighters that y'all don't give a damn about, that you're not gonna support. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna waste my time. So go to True School Sports, and he's gonna give you a bunch of fighters and names that nobody wants to talk about. Yeah, follow and watch, but there's other channels for that. So you could go over there. I like it when the boxers and promoters. But yeah, man, what do you think of? So what do y'all think? Are y'all convinced about Kid Austin? Are y'all convinced? Y'all feel like he's going to beat the likes of Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Shakur Stevenson? Did that performance convinced y'all? Did Kid Austin, with the one knockout performance, first round knockout, that he convinced y'all that he's ready to fight, challenge, or beat Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Moretaya? Well, Keyshawn is going to be moving up to the 140-pound division. Jackie Hernandez says no. Wow, Jackie Hernandez says no. She don't believe that Kid Austin could beat Tank, Shakur. How about Moretaya? I think that Kid Austin got a chance. I think he got a hell of a chance. I felt like he had a hell of a chance going into the Shakur Stevenson fight. I feel like that he had, and looking at Kid Austin, I feel like, you know, if Lamar Roach, shout out to Lamar Roach, but I think that if he had a chance, and in my eyes, he did beat, on my scorecard, he did beat Gervonta Tank Davis. Jackie said, especially not Tank. I don't know. I mean, look, he's looking. Nobody never did that to Tevin Farmer like that. I think he can beat Moretaya, but why he can't beat? Oh, no, Ralph. Hey, Jack, why he can't beat a Tank? I think a Shakur fight will be more difficult. I think a Shakur fight will be more difficult than a Tank. I don't know. It's just styles. I think Tank will take more risks, but with more risk, there's more openings. And I do think that Kid Austin is a polish, got power, athleticism, awkward, could switch from southpaw, orthodox, twitchy, great feints. You know what I'm saying? And he's still not in his prime, not even close to his prime, not even in his mass strength. He's only 22 years old. So by the time that even Kid Austin is what? Well, Gervonta Tank Davis is 30 years old. If by the time that kid is 25, 26, entering his prime, Tank is in the back end of his prime. I do think that Tank wins in the rematch. And I thought that, I always respected that matchup, the Roach and we was calling him La Cucaracha, Roach versus Tank, because he knew he's been fighting him for a long time. So I knew that it was going to be a tough fight, not necessarily because the skills, because Lamar Roach knows Tank. I think that's the difficult part. You know what I'm saying? When you know somebody, you've been fighting somebody since you was kids, you know their tendencies, you know how they breathe, you know their weaknesses, you know their strengths and stuff like that. And the same coaches, let's not forget that the people that molded, that helped mold Tank is the same people that helped mold Roach. So even if you're talking to the people in DC, you know what I'm saying, everybody knows, they all know each other, and that's the reason why I believe it was a tough fight. I do think that Gervonta Davis got special attributes. I think that he does things that you can't teach. I think he got a twitch muscle. I think he got power and speed, something that's God-given ability. And Lamar Roach, he's another fighter that I was trying to explain that does everything right. Not the fastest, not the most powerful, but he knows how to box and has good tech, very, very good technique, and does everything right. But Tank could do everything right. Plus, he got freakish natural ability. He didn't show it in the first fight, but because Roach knows him very, very well. I think with somebody else, I think Gervonta Davis will do good, better. I think the Tank has abandoned the jab. I think that these fighters are abandoning the jab. That's one thing that I'm watching Devin Haney, right? Devin Haney's going to be fighting Brian Norman Jr. I think it's a great fight. I give Devin Haney a good chance to outboxing Brian Norman Jr. as well. I know a lot of people was up on Brian Norman Jr. Great knockout victory out there in Japan by Brian Norman Jr. But at the end of the day, who did he really beat? He didn't beat a world beater. He didn't knock out a world beater. He didn't knock out an ex-world champion, nothing like that. I think that, I think that the hype that we have for Brian Norman's performance is because we just had the young fighters that we was looking for did not show up, right? The fighters that we've been talking about so much day in and day out just didn't show up to that level. Didn't give it the oohs and ahs, right? Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez did his thing, right? But there was no highlight reel in that fight either. It was a 12-round, easy, outboxed them, masterclass, but it wasn't like, it still didn't give the oohs and ahs, right, to the people. It was no highlight reel. Like if you tell me, give me the highlight reel of Tio versus Barbosa, you can't find me the highlight reel, right? It was just a great outing for Teofimo Lopez, but there was no oohs and ahs. So there was no oohs and ahs in that performance. No oohs and ahs with Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez. No oohs and ahs. Yeah, Rolly Romero knocked them down, but then he didn't follow through, and it was still not even a very, very exciting fight, even after the knockdown, right? So we was just so happy and over exaggerating the victory of Richardson Hitchens, knocking out George Kambosos. George Kambosos haven't had a good outing ever since he had the split decision victory over Teofimo Lopez. He got knocked out by Vasily Lomachenko. He arguably lost to Richardson Hitchens. He got outboxed by Devin Haney by 24 rounds. The other guy, we don't even remember the guy that he had the victory before the fight with Richardson Hitchens. Oh shit, Richardson knocked him out. Okay. I mean, George Kambosos didn't come with great momentum. Brian Norman Jr., yeah, he knocked this dude out. Impressive, probably knockout of the year, but who is this guy? Devin Haney has a resume, though. Now, the thing about Devin Haney, I think that Devin Haney has abandoned the jab. I don't know if I think he lost confidence in the jab. The way that he was throwing that jab and landing the jab. Look, there was once that we was talking about Devin Haney having the best jab in the sport of boxing. We used to say that Devin Haney and Dimitri Bivol had the best jab in the sport of boxing. And the last two fights were not memorized by Devin Haney's jab. I think because Ryan Garcia was countering the jab with the left hook. And I think versus Jose Ramirez, he didn't want to implement that type of jab and probably worry that he was going to get countered with the left hook, because Jose Ramirez does got a good left hook as well. Brian Norman Jr. got a good left hook as well. So I think that if Brian Norman can't catch him with hooks and stuff like that, I do believe that Devin Haney could. I think he could win a 115, 113. You know what I'm saying? Some straight punches, some just boxing one-on-one. Use your footwork, be disciplined on the defensive end. Use an educated jab, up, down, jab to the solo plex, keep him at bay, use your range, 3-punch combination with straight punches and stuff like that. Don't get into the inside game because I believe that Brian Norman Jr. is good in the inside game, and I think that he could really do something. There's one thing about Devin Haney, does he have the power, but when he does use his jab, he know how to keep his opponent at bay. So I'm probably in this one, if I'm going skill for skill, experience and maybe Devin Haney doesn't have momentum, but I believe that I'm edging Devin Haney on this one. I think I'm edging Devin Haney on this one. I'm rooting for Haney because Norman talking a lot of shit. Didn't even get a contract with Boots. Agree. Leaning towards what's good, Dave Fernandez in the building. What's good, Dave Fernandez? Damn. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Damn. I don't know. Oh, you going to Vegas to cover Pac? Nah, I'm not gonna cover the Pac fight. What's good, Triple X? I ain't gonna cover the Pac fight. I ain't gonna be around with the Pac fight. The Canelo fight. Hopefully, I don't know, man. I never got media credentials, bro. With the Canelos and stuff like not like that for the fight. I don't know, man. I gotta clean it up. Maybe they don't like my Turkey. And I would Punch Drunk. I would not give you no media credentials because you're making fun of me, motherfucker. Maybe that's what it is. But other than that, man, it hasn't been too much. Yeah, there could be some gossip, but I mean, there's the same thing, just going around and stuff. There's not new stories, gonna be talking about the same thing, I believe that Canelo gonna be Bud and Devin Haney already gonna be fighting Brian Norman Jr. What Teofimo Lopez gonna be doing next, I don't know. I don't know if there's I don't know if anybody is free to. I think people are free, but I'm not sure if Richard Hitchens wanna already get in the ring with a Teofimo Lopez and stuff like that while he's riding high. He could collect money. He could wait on Turkey Out Shake and probably keep Connolly talking to Turkey Out Shake and say, Richard Hitchens, man, I would like to have him on with somebody else and stuff like that. Maybe they don't want to deal with Teofimo Lopez. I don't know. I don't know the details now of that type of relationship, that partnership. Hopefully that, again, I feel when we've been talking about this for a while. I think that Tio not fighting Devin Haney. I think he dropped the ball on that one. Manny Pacquiao going to be fighting Mario Barrios, so they're going to be off limits. They're not going to get back in the ring in September, October, November. I think when Teofimo Lopez said that he's wanting to come back, he said he wanted to be back in September, October. I don't believe there's going to be any free opponents. Gary Antoine Russell. I'm not sure if Tio or Gary Antoine Russell's really, they're not barking for that fight. They're not barking for that unification bout. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But to be honest, folks, man, I don't think there's nothing really to talk about, man. I mean, I'm waiting for Schofield, but I mean, if they don't come back in 5 minutes, I'm about to turn this one down. To be honest, I don't know. It's really not too much now. I think it's just a weight game. Teofimo should fight Hitchens Unified. Yeah, that would be a good fight. That'll be a good fight. I think, but everybody knows that that'll be a good unification bout. Brooklyn, New York, or even Madison Square Garden. You know, that'd be a good fight. I think that Turkey should put that fight. If he was willing to give T from Lopez $11 million to fight Boots, why not give him $11 million to fight Richardson Hitchens? And Richardson Hitchens didn't have a boring outing. It was a knockout. Gary versus the winner of Puello Matias. Yeah, man. I think that's gonna steal the night. I think that's gonna be that has the potential. Puello and Matias has the potential to give us that type of Gotti Ward type of war. Maybe Gary Russell moves to 140. I thought that he would have moved a long time ago because remember he's the kryptonite to Jerome Busanis. Let's see if anybody tweet anything to. Let me see. Let's see. Trash ass list. Let me see. Ain't nothing shaking in boxing right now, bro, folks. Ain't shaking in boxing. Shakur versus Cepeda. I got Shakur. Tio should fight the winner Matias and Puello, but still, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be soon. Bang bang. It's not gonna be soon. But anyway, man, that's. I think I've given already enough time. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. You want Teal to fight in the summer? Yeah, man. He should have fought in the man. He should have fought this fight with Devin, bro. Man, he should have fought this August 16th, man. He should have fought that fight, man. He had momentum, man. Always he needs momentum, man. He needs momentum. He needs momentum. That would have been a great momentum for fighting in August, and then you got December late, man. And thinking about money, he would have made. Think about this. He made the money with Turkey Al Sheikh. I don't know how much he made, but it was okay, right? It was good. You get the $8 million. That's August, September, October, November. You get back in the ring in November or whatever class, or December. Do a show in December. And then you get another what? Another 8, another 10, another 11, another 15. Come on. But hey, that's their career. That's his career, man. It's his career. But tomorrow we get more. Tomorrow we back on. We back on tomorrow. We back on tomorrow. We back on tomorrow. I'll try to hit up. I'm gonna Coach Larry Wade and pick up But we were supposed to do an interview with Coach Larry Wade. We're supposed to come with Schofield, but in the end of the day, he did a bunch of interviews with a bunch of people anyway. It would have been a rhetorical questions anyway. But ladies and gentlemen, we back at it. It's not too much moving. Notification wasn't sent. There's not a lot of topics to really talk about, but rhetorical topics. Hopefully we got something popping and something moving for tomorrow. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.